What up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. You're tuned in to our Black Friday episode. I'm your host, Freddie G, joined by K Money, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And welcome to another Black Friday. Okay, fellas, so a week ago I attended a balloon release in honor of a childhood friend of mine who passed away. Now, growing up, we lived around the corner from each other, and our families were really close, right? And I hadn't seen her siblings in over like 15 or 20 years. And during the balloon release, I also got an opportunity to see her mother and father, and they hadn't seen me since I was like 12 or 13 years old. Now, keep in mind that, I actually arrived like 15 or 20 minutes before the balloon release. So I mingled and I watched as other family members came to the park to greet each other, right? As the other family members were going up. And they were greeting each other. So I wondered, damn, I know I hadn't seen them in so long. How long it's been since they had seen each other? And it got me to thinking about my own damn family. Mm-hmm. Damn, how often do me and my family, do I see my family members? So now, for some of my family members, the last time I saw them was at my uncle's funeral, which was like almost 10 years ago. Now, let me put a pin in that. Okay, listeners, Y'all probably saying to yourself, today's show is titled Stop. And Freddie G, you talking about a balloon release and your deceased friend. Make this shit make sense. Okay, I will. Now, y'all might have noticed the ellipsis behind the title of the show. Now, for those who don't know what ellipsis is, those three dots that's behind the word stop. Now, the ellipses are there because I wanted to verbally complete the title of the show. So the title of the show is called Stop Letting the Funeral Home Plan Your Family Reunion. I'm going to say that again. Stop letting the funeral home plan your family reunion.
You hit a button over here, brother.
Because, a lot of times we don't see families and our families until a funeral has happened. Mm-hmm. Or we don't see a family until somebody died and we at a balloon release.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yeah, we have that bad.
We do.
And life is too short, for us not to be gathering before, life is too short, for us just to be gathering on those type of occasions. So I totally get what you're saying, Freddie.
I 100% with you. I have a fairly large family. My originated name is Jones. My last name is Bryant. I'm originally a Jones. So we used to have many. One side has them family reunions still. They try to keep up with them. They'll have them every other year. But the other sort, man, it's like every 4-5 years. It ain't like it used to be. It used to be yearly. But I was going somewhere and lost my train of thought, y'all. So no. I'm saying that to say that we had a lot of deaths, especially the years of 99 to about 2007 and 8. And every time we go to the funeral, this same person, I don't want to call him out, but I love him to death, but I'm disappointed in him because he's always the first one to say, I'm tired of us meeting up like this at the funeral.
It's always one.
But then I'm like, man, come on, I'm all happy and joyous to see him. Mm-hmm. Let's get together, man. Let's go do this and blah, 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 that. Right. At first, his occupation, and I kind of understood why he couldn't see us then, but now you've retired and you still can't see us. So I don't understand. But don't keep coming. To me, don't come to the funeral and say that no more. If he listen, I don't care. Don't say that no more if you ain't going to come hang out with us. For real.
Well, if he's saying it and he's not doing it, then yeah, I can understand.
Yeah,
your position on that.
Exactly.
So why do y'all think this? I can't speak for other communities. I don't know. I don't know what it's like in other communities, but it seems like in the black community,
More so.
it's more so
Yeah.
that we don't get together until there's a family reunion. I'm sorry,
Exactly.
till there's a funeral. Why do y'all think that is though? What
you
is
know,
it?
I don't know, but I know some of my family are, miles away, in another state per se. So that's part of the issue. For probably some families, they're just too far away. Some families live on both sides of the globe, so you just never know what it is. And I don't think it's just the black race. I think that's all we can speak from because that's what we know.
Okay.
Well,
But-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
There may be other races that experience the same thing. I mean, think about some cultures are not even in their country where they're from. So they really don't get to see their family that's over there. I'm sure they have some.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're the only ones that's going through that. But why the not a funeral thing is probably more or less us. We only get to see each other when it's a funeral. That is crazy. Why is that? Is I don't know. You know?
It's no togetherness, and it's that old saying: we always come together when a disaster happens, and that's funerals, storms, everything. Yeah, you'll come together, you'll march and everything, but once it passes, then it's like your favorite word, self-preservation.
Life goes on, man, and life is life, man. People got their schedules; they have to keep up with what they have to keep up with, and we can't be upset about that.
Not at all.
It's life.
Not
I
at all.
mentioned this on the previous show. I can't remember what the topic was, but I feel like there are no more big mamas, around, which were normally the glue of the families, which kept those gatherings going. And once Big Mama passed away or whatever may have occurred, nobody stepped up to play that position.
You know what?
Life changed.
You took the words right out of my
Yeah,
mouth
life
because my grandmother seemed like when she passed away, the matriarch of the family.
Yes.
When she passed away, it seemed
it.
like nobody took the reign and say, you know what, we're going to get together for the holidays. We're
Nobody
going to do
did.
this.
Yeah.
So you're right, K-Money. I'm in agreement with that.
Man, that is accurate. My mom passed in '99, and then a week later, our big mama in the country, because we had family reunions every year when she was alive. But after that, it went to like once every. We had it the very next year. Then 5 years went by before we had the next one. Then another 5. Then
So,
we went,
let me
so
ask
you'll
a
get
que-
so accurate when you say that.
Let
Big
me
mama-
ask a question. This may sound crazy, but do y'all think that drugs and your lifestyle play a part on whether or not individuals want to step up to take on the responsibility? Because I got some family members who I would think, let me rephrase that. I got some family members, I had some family members, they're deceased now. They passed away after my grandmother, but there's some family members that, in my opinion, after my grandmother passed away, I would think that one of them would be the ones to step up to keep it going. But because they were on drugs and their lifestyle, it's like when my grandmother passed away, they just was doing their thing. But in my mind, I'm like, damn, it seemed like y'all should have been the one to kind of step up, to take over this.
Well, I think you kind of answered your own question. For them not to step up, I would have to think that it was the drugs because they didn't have their priorities in the right place to step up and do some things of that nature as far as trying to keep the family together.
What do y'all? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would say not drugs, but the lifestyle. If they just take my family for example, the side that don't have it that much, they all make really good money, have really good jobs, so they don't have time to do it. So the preparing, the organization of it is very tedious. It's a lot. involved. And I always hear them say, I just don't have time for that. It's just too much. It's too much. People don't want to pay their money. They don't want to pay their dues. I ain't got time to be running after people for their dues and all that. I hear that a lot in the group chats, in our family group chats. So I think it could be that. The time, it's time consuming. The preparation of the family reunion.
Okay. Now, y'all notice I mentioned my family members, right? So when I was mentioning my family members, I was actually speaking on my family members on my father's side of the family, right? Mm-hmm. As far as when was the last time I had seen them, right? Now, in full transparency, the side of the family that I grew up on, everybody, for the most part, is deceased, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when they were all living, holding myself accountable, why couldn't I have been the one to step up to get everybody together? So I would say, if you guys are experiencing that with your family, what is it that's keeping you guys from being the one to step up? Because when I sit back, everybody's on the side of the family that I grew up on, they're deceased now, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't go back and undo that. But when they were living, because of drugs and lifestyle, I can honestly say that even if I had the mindset back then to get everybody together, I would be like, okay, they're not going to come because of the drugs and the lifestyle. You know, there ain't no getting together. There ain't no working and not getting that together. And so, not to make an excuse, but that would be my reasoning for me not stepping up. So, at the same time, when we're looking at, hey, family, we're not getting together, we got to hold ourselves accountable for why aren't we doing it?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's some real shit.
I want to say it's a big responsibility to fill those shoes.
Yes, sir.
And the only way you can kind of keep it the same way that Big Mama did it was to have the same upbringing that she did. So if you wasn't around Big Mama enough, you're not going to be able to handle the situation anyway.
Exactly.
You know?
That's where it gets lost, though, because, those that were around Big Mama did not stepping up. And so the generation after them have no idea.
No idea.
They don't have, They don't know what family reunion is.
So it's a loss. It's lost now, you know.
We got to show them poetic justice and show them.
Well, most of them probably never even been to a family reunion.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let me show you what it looked like. Watch Poetic Justice. Probably in the 1 hour mark, they're going to be in the mill truck and they're going to pull up. That's a family reunion.
Okay, so now, what do y'all think we could do to change that? Like in the perfect world, most of the people in your family members are still living, right? Mm-hmm. Just say in the perfect world, they're all still living. It's just that y'all ain't seen each other until funerals happen. Right. Let's say that you've taken it upon yourself to say, you know what? I'm going to step up. I'm going to get everybody together. Tell me what y'all think can be done to make the attempt to do so.
You have to join forces with something to help you. Go ahead, with the family, you gotta join.
No, that's good, man. You see how I look at it like
just me, because everybody ain't gonna like me in the family. Mm-hmm. So first place I'm gonna do is reach out to the person that everybody like and talk to, and I'm gonna say, hey man, I'm gonna get this thing together. I'm gonna need your help and probably one other person.
What you do is you go to the mamas, all the mamas, and you talk to them.
But he said they all passed. That's the only reason.
No. I said in the perfect world.
Oh, in the perfect world. Okay.
No, it's you talk to all the mamas.
Then I agree with him. I agree with
and you get them to teach and instill that into the children, so that cycle starts over again. Mm-hmm. But until that's done, it's gonna continuously go down and down and down.
It's hard these days with this new generation to try to instill some of those old school values.
It's tough.
It's perfect world.
They not well, I mean, but communicating it, doing mass communication and to get the ball rolling.
Okay, so everybody's living. Mm-hmm. You said to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna call the family reunion. I'm gonna get everything together. Now, once I realize, and put yourself in this situation, so you realize I'm gonna get everything together, right? Now I'm gonna join forces with somebody else, taking a page out of your book, Comedian 96. Now the person that I join forces with, we're gonna call all the mothers, taking a page out of your book, slash. Tell me something that y'all think would hinder that family reunion from getting together.
Money. And I'm going to tell you why. When I said I'm going to join forces, I'm strategic about who I join forces with. So I know the money's going to get involved, right? I'm doing okay. I would want to join forces with two things got to happen. The person I join forces with got to be able to help financially just in case somebody else can't follow through, right? And number two, everybody's got to be, always talking to this one person because we have this one person in our family everyone talks to. You know what I'm saying? So he's like our nucleus. So that's what I would do. I would team up with that person because they're financially stable as well. And then I already know it's some people in the family that's going to be like, I ain't got it. I ain't going to be able to make it. But I want you to make it. So I'll cover you because it's family. That's what we're here for. It's family. So I join forces with someone and I'm like, hey, man, we're going to have to cover some of this. So that's how I do it. I do it strategically.
Okay, so now in regards to family members funeral homes planning your family reunion, do y'all agree that in order for a family member to know that another family member has passed away, somebody have to call them and tell them for the most part? Right?
Yeah.
So that means that we have their phone numbers. So you may not be planning a family reunion right away, but I think that part of the way to make things easier is that you stay in constant contact with that individual. So when it's time to plan that family reunion, they've already been in contact with you for months and y'all just been talking and having a good time or whatever the case may be. And y'all probably even hung out a few times. So now when you call for that family reunion, it's a little bit more easier to get them on board. Y'all agree or disagree?
I agree. As far as the communicating, and you don't even have to even have a lengthy conversation if you call in once a week just to say how you doing type of deal. Like you say, get them familiar with already having been communicated with you, which definitely doesn't make it seem strange. It's just casual conversation at that point.
I will answer that myself, and I will say I will partially agree with you. And this is why. My family, if I was to talk to everyone frequently, as you say, it would mess up the order in which of how we do it. And let me explain to you. So I have cousins that I talk to every day. I have some cousins that I talk to maybe once a week or once every other week. Then you have those cousins that if they calling you, and I'm pretty sure y'all know
It's something wrong.
it's something bad. If I was to talk to that cousin every day, that some bad cousin, it would throw off the whole thing.
The way it works.
So I wouldn't want to talk to everyone all the time. I would want it the way I got it now because, sometimes that person will call off. I was just checking on you. But still, my heart be beating fast. But I like the way it is because they don't check on me that much. But they do. But when they do call, it's not good. So I'd rather it the way it is. I don't want to talk to everybody every day. Not like that.
Okay. So,
Not in a bad way, though.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So that brings me to my black fact you can't take back. So today's black fact is about Bill Costin, last name spelled Costen. Now, y'all may recall that at the beginning of the show, I said I went to a balloon release. Now, we got all kind of balloons, helium and hot air and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So today's black fact is about Bill Costin, and he is the first African American to become a hot air balloon master. So pretty much pilot.
I think they have a movie about that.
Yep. Now here's an interesting fact. He's also an ex-NFL player, drafted by the Buffalo Bills, in the 14th round out of Morris Brown College in 1970.
What position?
You know, played with OJ.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's our black fact. You can't take back. This concludes another dope episode of Black Friday. Tune in next week for Music Monday. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and for all my YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. This concludes another dope episode of Black Friday. Tune in tomorrow for Music Monday. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and for all my YouTubers, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, the only way we grow is if you let them know.